The man with his hands up is Atlanta Braves slugger Marcell Ozuna.
Nor 110, step it up. Step out. Step out. Ma'am, step outside.
I don't know my happy now.
According to local media, this is Ozuna's wife, Genesis.
Who are you?
The video ends here, but the damage is done. However, Sandy Springs PD wants us to see Ozuna's actions in slow motion so we get a better picture. As the video shows, Ozuna had his hand around Genesis Ozuna's neck.
Get your hands off her.
This occurred on the 29th of May around 12:30 p.m. Ozuna was arrested and charged with aggravated assault by strangulation and family violence per the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Officers said they heard screaming coming from inside and noticed the front door open when they arrived. The officers then entered the residence where they allegedly saw Ozuna grabbing the victim by the neck and throwing her against a wall. Arrest warrants obtained by 11 Alive allege Ozuna and his wife were arguing over a supposed affair when he repeatedly hit her and threatened to kill her. Sandy Springs police said they were able to immediately take the suspect into custody. Police said that in addition to strangulation attempts, Ozuna also struck the victim with his arm, which has a cast from a previous injury. Prior to the video being released, Ozuna was handed a 20-game suspension by Major League Baseball. In that time, Ozuna will remain an unpaid player. However, because the punishment was retroactive in nature, Ozuna is now eligible to return as soon as the 2022 season begins. So there's that. This arrest came 1 year after a report surfaced of Ozuna's wife hitting him with a soap dish. She was arrested after a 2-week investigation and charged with domestic battery. After Marcell's arrest, felony charges were dropped to 2 misdemeanors of family violence, battery, and assault. He agreed to enter the pre-trial diversion program, which could lead to the charges being dismissed, reported the outlet. In the shortened 2020 season, Ozuna's offense helped lead the Braves to their 3rd NL East title. After leading the league in homers, Ozuna was re-signed in February. The deal was 4 years and $65 million with a 5th-year team option worth $16 million, and there was a $1 million buyout. The question we must ask, however, is Major League Baseball tough enough with their players committing acts that endanger women? And do they even care? Major League Baseball had a shady past on this subject. There was the examples of the longtime Atlanta Braves manager Bobby Cox, a man who allegedly berated and punched his wife, continuing a pattern of domestic violence, according to police. Even the Twins continued to worship at the altar of Kirby Puckett, who allegedly strangled his wife with a phone cord and was charged with sexually assaulting a waitress in a restaurant bathroom. He was acquitted. Who can forget Astros assistant GM Brandon Taubman's "Thank God we got Ozuna. I'm so effing glad we got Ozuna." Per the report, he yelled it half a dozen times. One of the reporters was wearing a purple domestic violence awareness bracelet. Taubman was referencing closer Roberto Osuna, who the Astros acquired from the Blue Jays in July 2018 when he was nearing the end of a 75-game suspension for violating baseball's domestic violence policy. In January of this year, New York Mets GM Jared Porter reportedly sent explicit, unsolicited texts and images to a female reporter in 2016, culminating with a picture of an erect private part, according to a copy of the text history obtained by ESPN. He sent the foreign female correspondent, who had moved to the States to cover Major League Baseball, more than 60 messages. There was the Seattle Mariners being accused of gender and racial discrimination by former Mariners high-performance director Lorena Martin. It was an abysmal and ugly story from one of the most notable clubs in the game. And of course, there's the story of Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher and 2020 Cy Young Award winner Trevor Bauer. His last big game action was June 28th. Then he was accused of sexual assault. To this day, with what appears to be credible evidence, Bauer maintains his innocence, even sending off a tweet invoking Kyle Rittenhouse's name. Quote, "I guess it's important to know all the facts before jumping to conclusions, huh? Apparently not everything written in the media is true." He wrote, "In short, the league has laid the groundwork with their compliance program. The issue is, since March 1st, 2016, an astounding number of players, at least 13, have been suspended by MLB for domestic violence, with suspensions ranging from 8 games to a full season, 162. Further, the incidence of domestic violence involving MLB personnel is undoubtedly higher, as studies have shown most incidents of domestic violence are never reported to the police. However, this does not mean that MLB's domestic violence program is not effective. It simply means that it could be improved. Oftentimes, when organizations do not achieve the desired results of their compliance programs, management engages a third party to conduct an independent evaluation of the program and its effectiveness and to make recommendations for improvement. Perhaps it is now time for MLB and the Players Association to consider such action, especially as they grapple with the very troubling allegations against 2020 National League Cy Young Award winner and Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer."